Our good friend Tommy Gerhardt, jazz vocalist and artistic director at Vernon's Jazz Club, joins us this morning, and he's brought along a friend. It's Miss Amy Faithe. Welcome to the show, Amy.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here.
It's so great to finally have you. First, I want to let everybody know that Amy is the daughter of our other good friend, Dr. Emil Faithe, so talent clearly runs in the family.
Well, thank you. I definitely look up to my father and all of his accomplishments. So.
Yes, well, and you have quite a few accomplishments of your own. And before we go into anything, I want to let everybody know just how good you are. We checked out YouTube on Amy, and here's what we found. Wow, you are good. Now, this video of Amy was taken at the Santa Ana Star Search, and I actually got to judge one of the rounds. I didn't get to see yours. So tell us about your experience.
Well, just singing?
Yes, at the Santa Ana Star Search.
Well, actually, I didn't do it.
You didn't end up doing it?
No. This is a video from Calico.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, hey, thanks a lot, YouTube, for the wrong information. Sorry about that. Sorry. So, okay, so you didn't end up doing that?
No, no.
Okay, so this was from Calico before it was Prime.
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Calico, I think a lot of people already missed the Calico, but there's still a lot of live music over there.
Well, tell us about that. I apologize for that. And by the way, when it was going back and forth, I always like to see a performer's face when they watch themselves or hear themselves performing. So I thought that was kind of cool to be able to kind of watch yourself. And what does that feel like for you?
You know, when you're performing, you're so into it. You just, it takes you to another world, and you don't really know what you're doing, you know, you're just doing it. So watching it is always very interesting to see what you're actually, you know, feeling. And
well, you're in the moment, and that's a true artist, has to live in the moment. And you're not trying to be something, you're not acting like something, you just are.
Just happens, yeah.
Now, you have a lot of experience playing in New York. I want to go back before, I want to go back to her experience a little bit and let people know about your history of performing and the time that you spend performing in the city.
Absolutely. Well, I lived in New York for a couple of years. I had an all-girl band out there, and it was fabulous. We played all over Manhattan and Long Island and Brooklyn, and I've still gone back. Actually, last year I did a couple shows out there after I'd come back, and I still have some good contacts. So it's always a lot of fun to get out there and perform. I mean, the energy is incredible, and it's a great feeling. It's great to be out there.
To get a lot of guys to the shows too.
Well,
yes. Good pictures, Amy. I like this.
Thank you.
Well, we want to welcome you back to the land of enchantment. Of course, you know, I'm a native New Yorker, and I know if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. They didn't write that song by mistake.
It's so true.
Well, I think one of the great things with Amy and a lot of the young performers, you know, at Vernon, it's not just about, you know, bringing in Tony Bennett, you know, to the stage, which would be great. Who happens
to be in New Mexico this Saturday night.
That's right.
That's great.
And our very own Doug Lawrence will be a special guest on that show. But
really?
Oh,
good to know. Okay, sorry, side note, go ahead.
Anyways, you know, it's about cultivating all the different ages, all different types of people and presentation. You know, on Saturdays it's Jazz Has a Blues, because she infuses many styles, you know, R&B and soul and jazz, and brings it all together, and that's what we look to do on Saturdays. So it's good to have her in there, and
I love it.
You know, keeping it going and keeping it all ages. So.
And that's great that you were in a group. I mean, being in a girl band, did that really help you? To just kind of stand out? Because, you know, when you're with a bunch of girls, sometimes it's hard to stand out.
Yeah, you know, that's an interesting point. I think chemistry is definitely everything. You know, you get a really good group of musicians, and you can just create anything. And I think it's powerful. A whole group of women is pretty empowering. So
you do so many different genres, but do you have a favorite that's a personal favorite for you to perform?
You know, I've kind of created like an R&B soul jazz fusion. Like, that's kind of my niche.
I like that.
Which, you know, anything that moves you, you move, and you move the people, hopefully, that you're performing for. So.
And I think a lot of performers are starting to do that. And I think they've always done that, is kind of integrate past music, and that's part of their experiences that they have when they're young, and integrating it back into their art. So.
And like you said, when you do a fusion kind of a style, you bring yourself to it. I mean, that's how you bring your own style to anything. And you actually also have a little dream come true right now. Don't you have an album to talk about?
Well, I'm in the process. There's
Yes.
writing that's going on. We're getting ready to do some recording, and I mean, I've been writing all my life, and it's just kind of integrated into, you know, what it is today, and I'm just super excited. It comes from, as you know, a place within that's.
Well, absolutely. In recording, I mean, it's such another art form
Yeah,
on top of,
absolutely.
you know, the performing. So, and recreating that live feeling and trying to put it onto a record is, you know,
And the fact that
really,
you're a songwriter, too. I mean, the fact that you're actually a songwriter, you're bringing so much more of yourself, and it's even that much more personal.
Oh, yes, absolutely it is.
Now, I want to get the schedule for this coming week at Vernon's. I was just there Saturday night, saw Catherine McGill. So, you know, it's just, you just have a roster of unbelievable talent. So let's talk about what we can expect this coming week.
Yeah, right away, I think coming up on Friday, we have
Yes.
Diego Arancon, who's also the president of the Firemen's Union, and he can swing his tail off on drums. His group's outstanding. He'll be in on Friday at 8:30 p.m., and definitely get out and see him, especially if you like bebop and hard bop. And then on Saturday, Jazz Has a Blues with our very own Right to My Porch side, Amy Faithe and her quintet. So we're looking forward to that at 8:30 as well. And then on Sunday, I'm back. You know, I got to spend Easter with my family.
I know.
And so
you got a night off.
Yeah, but you know, I live for them, and then I live for a few hours on stage, and that's what I get this Sunday at 5 and 7:30. So looking forward to that.
You get to live all your passions, and so do you, Amy. And we really appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you so much.
I've been wanting to have you on for quite a while, and I want to let everybody know how they can get to Vernon's. If you haven't been there, you need to get there. It's very simple. It's at 6855 4th Street Northwest in Los Ranchos de Albuquerque, and you should definitely call ahead for a reservation. I highly recommend it. 505-341-0831. And real quick, Tommy, how'd the CD launch go?
It went really well, and I'm very thankful. I mean, it was packed, people pouring out the door, and sold a lot of CDs, so now I can buy some more diapers. You know, very thankful. It was a lot of fun. And
That's fabulous.
A bunch of musicians showed up and sat in, and it was great.
That's great.
So.
Well, and we're going to be looking forward to your CD
Thank
as
you
well.
so much.
Amy
Thank
Faithe,
you for
thank
having
you.
me.
No, thank you, and we're looking forward to seeing you this weekend at Vernon's. Good luck to both of you, and we will see you next week.
Thank you.
Yes. And coming up next, there are so many products out there. How do you know which one to choose? Well, Better Home and Garden did all the research for us, and they found out the best household products. That's after the break.